Welcome back, class. So we were studying about the Fourier transform, and we started the studying about the properties of the Fourier transform. We learned about the linearity. We learned about the time shifting. Okay, and we learned about the time transformations, time scaling. Okay, for example, the time shifting property was that if you have a function f of t and if its Fourier transform is f of omega, and now if you are getting the shift in time of that signal, then we will take the same Fourier transform as of original and we just multiply with that shift factor, okay, minus j omega t naught, okay, like here. And similarly we have seen the other properties till time transformation. Now we are going to study about the frequency shifting. So frequency shifting is, for example, if you have a function f of t and if its Fourier transform is f of omega, okay. Now if you are multiplying this function in time domain with this j omega t naught, then in frequency domain what will be happen? Okay, we will get j omega t, okay, for example. Then in frequency domain what will happen? We will get a shift in frequency with respect to this omega naught factor. Okay, if you remember, I just discussed in time shifting properties, if we have shift in time, so now in frequency domain we had the same Fourier transform, but it was being multiplied with e की power minus j omega t naught. Okay, in frequency shifting property what is happening, if in time domain you are being multiplied with this factor, then we'll have the shift in frequency domain, okay, reverse of the time domain properties. So we can use these properties for the various application, for example for solving this. Okay, we will try to solve this example during the live session. The next property is derivative property. Okay, so derivative property is that again simple function with Fourier transform is f of omega, and now you want to calculate the Fourier transform, the derivative of a function. Okay, so what we want to do, we want to calculate the Fourier transform of the derivative of a function. The original function f of t has Fourier transform of f of omega, okay, whatever. What we want to do, we want to calculate the Fourier transform of the derivative of that function. So what will happen, we will get the same Fourier transform as original and just multiply with j of omega, simple. Okay, I am not going into the derivations here, details. Okay, so if you take the first derivative, just multiply with j of omega. If you want to calculate the Fourier transform of the second derivative, just multiply with that power here, j omega square. If you want to calculate the nth derivative Fourier transform, just multiply j of omega with the power of n. Okay, this is the simple property, derivative property. That if you want to go for the Fourier transform of the derivative of function, just kept on multiplying with j of omega. So these are very important properties because we can use them. For example, if you want to calculate the Fourier transform of this sigmoid function, so if we use this property, it will make it quick. Triangular function, if you have this function and if you want to calculate its Fourier transform, we can quickly do this using the this property. So we will solve the examples in the live session. If you have a function and you, again simple function, if its Fourier transform is f of omega, and now you want to calculate the Fourier transform of what? Integration of this function. That if I am integrating this function with respect to t, then what will be its Fourier transform? Okay, so we will keep the same Fourier transform. We will divide with 1 over j omega plus pi f of 0 sigma of omega. Okay, so f of 0 is whatever Fourier transform you are getting, you will calculate that Fourier transform value at omega is equal to 0. Okay, so we can get the derivative of the Fourier transform of the integration of that function. Okay, in derivative what was happening, we were multiplying with j of omega. Here we are dividing with j of omega. Okay, that is the difference. You don't have to memorize these properties, and the table will be given. you should understand that where you should apply this which property. Another property is derivation in frequency multiplication by t. Okay, so for example, now what you are doing, you have a function, and if its Fourier transform is f of omega, and now you are multiplying this function with t in time domain. So it means you are basically trying, now if you just multiply with this t and you want to calculate the Fourier transform of this combined function, so do what? Just calculate the derivative of the Fourier transform you have. Okay, original function, the Fourier transform of this one. If you just multiply, for example, u of t is a function. Okay, it have some particular Fourier transform, and now you want to calculate the Fourier transform of this function. That if you multiply u of t with t, then what will be its Fourier transform? So what is the solution? Just take the derivative of this. Okay, just take the derivative of this and divide with 1 over minus j. 1 over minus j. So that will be the Fourier transform of this function with multiplication. Okay. So this is example. We will solve this during the live session. Duality property. Duality property is a very interesting property of the Fourier transform. Duality property states that if you have a function and its Fourier transform is f of omega. Okay. Now there is a mathematical function, okay, of f of t which exists in time such that, okay, you have a function f of t, its Fourier transform is f of omega. Now you get another function in time, okay, which exists such that if you replace your Fourier transform omega with t, and you will get a time domain function. And now if you want to calculate the Fourier transform of this function, so that will be equal to that just multiply with 2 pi, okay, with the f of minus omega. F of minus omega is what? F of minus omega is, we have this f of t, okay, so you will calculate this value at t is equal to minus omega, so you will get f of minus omega. Okay, so you have a function, its Fourier transform is this one. Now you get another time function such that if you whatever Fourier transform you are getting here, okay, you replace that with t, so you will get a time domain function. Now if you want to calculate the Fourier transform of this one, so just multiply 2 pi with the original function f of minus omega. Okay. The concept will become more clear once we solve the example. For example, sinc function, if you want to calculate its Fourier transform, we will use this duality property here. Very, very, very important property. Convolution property. Convolution property is if you have two functions and if you are convolving them in time domain, okay, h of t is Fourier transform is h of omega, x of t is Fourier transform is x of omega. Okay, if they are convolving in time domain, okay, they will be multiplying in frequency domain. If they are convolving in time domain, they will be multiplying in frequency domain. If they are convolving in frequency domain, they will be multiplying in time domain. We know the difference between convolution and the multiplication. So if two signals are convolving in time domain, okay, they will, Fourier transform will be multiplying in frequency domain. Okay, this is the convolution property. That is the end of the property section of this chapter. We will solve the relevant example in the live session. Thank you very much for your time.